508. You want to lead us in the pledge, please?
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Introduction to guests. Got a couple. Larry, how you doing, sir?
Good, how about you?
Good.
Start.
Yanni, with the internship program.
Jeff Rollo.
Raul Espinosa.
Ron Nichols. Nolan Troy.
Hazel Moe.
Wade Thibodeau, hometown press.
Larry Barron.
Anthony Matthews.
Sharon Burgess.
Hubert Marsh.
And of course myself, Edward Morrow. Thank y'all. Is there any public comment?
Nobody signed up.
Discuss and take action on paying account receivable.
I think there's only one invoice for Tony.
Tony?
That wasn't on the line. What happened?
What?
That invoice?
No, for here tonight.
Oh, it's for tonight. I'm sorry.
Hey, Lee.
How much, how much is it for?
Good evening, everybody.
Well,
they're waiting for you.
That's not here.
Oh.
His hat's here.
still here, he walked outside to answer the phone, so. I feel safe.
I don't even think he has a phone.
Motion made by Jeff, second by Ron. All in favor? Nays, ayes have it. Tony gets paid for not being here.
Hey, I told you left his hat here, that's important.
Yeah.
And he sold his spot.
Number 4, discuss and take action if necessary on approving a letter requesting certain projects to be funded through FEMA, which is a Federal Emergency Management Agency, as a result of Hurricane Harvey. One of the, of course, we can't request anything on behalf of the hospital because they're not a nonprofit, nor are they a governmental entity. But there is the project of the helipad can be upgraded. Nolan, let me ask you real quick. Do you know of an agreement or a contract or anything signed that's gives EMS a 99-year lease or long-term lease on that helipad? Whenever it was built, do you remember something like that?
No, I don't think there was any agreement other than we'll build the pad, and if the hospital will maintain the lights, then both of us can just use the pad. Now, if you guys want to, it's just up to the hospital, we will, because if you're going to add on and it's going to be changed or something like that.
It doesn't have to be changed, but it's an opportunity for it to be upgraded
Yeah,
to current
it
standards.
was, everything, when we built it, was to the specs of
At
the
the time.
helicopter people that were flying in. Then we said, how do you want it built? They gave us the specs and we built it.
Yeah. Now the FAA has stepped in and they kind of, it's grandfathered in as it is right now, as long as it's, but it can be, we have an opportunity to upgrade it through the FEMA program, but it has to be owned by a 501(c)(3)
Or leased.
or leased by a 501(c)(3)
Well,
or a governmental entity as ourselves, but we don't.
do you want us to lease it on a, like I say, a
If,
50-year
if the
thing
hospital
for-
would entertain that,
If not, why we'll just
entering
not
a lease
fly.
with the EMS, a long-term lease.
Mhm.
And then, once that's done, we can submit for upgrades on that.
I'm sure we can work it out. So,
I mean, talking about quickly, I mean, it's
Yeah.
something that's gotta be done el pronto.
got it.
We've got
If y'all can come to terms on that.
Yeah, and if you want just to have the helipad, we'll fly some from somewhere else. We'll fly from the airport, or we'll just set up a landing zone
Temporary, yeah.
wherever we're at.
In fact, it was on the corner down there at one
Yes.
time.
No, so the issue is that if the EMS leases property at the hospital where it is right now, leases that property from the hospital for a helipad, then it may qualify for funding to build a new helipad, a bigger helipad with the lights and up to the standards today. So right now, it qualifies because it's grandfathered in. But what this would do is provide a funding mechanism for a new helipad with all the lights and all the current regulations.
An upgrade.
The only thing is, if we're within 150 feet of the front door of the hospital, then the patient is the hospital's.
Right.
So that's the reason why it's 151 foot away from the front door of the hospital, and we have our own entrance to the helipad.
Now, is it
have
150 feet or 100 feet?
150, I think.
The new law is 100 feet, but as long as the hospital doesn't initiate contact with the patient, then Todd is in line. That's per Todd themselves.
Yeah, so we've been down, they've all been down this road with the architects for this new emergency room that they're considering. And right now, it's outside of that distance. And so none of that would really be an issue here. The only issue is whether y'all could get a lease arranged between you guys.
So we can get it
I'll tell you
upgraded.
what, we've got a meeting tomorrow night, and I'll bring it up with our board about, and tell them what you just said, is that if we lease it, let's say for $1 for 100 years or 50 years, Winnie Stowell EMS, you can get funds to upgrade it.
No, well,
That's basically
no. We would, the
We would
EMS
apply.
would be in a position to apply for funds to upgrade.
I've already talked to the state, and I was bringing up tomorrow, I went to the FEMA meeting last week, and they have what they call the 404 program, which is for upgrades and things of that nature. And the state's pretty much already said that if we put in for the funding for that project, they would approve it. But the only way they can approve it is if we either completely own the helipad, or if it's on private property, we'd have to have a lease that says, hey, we're leasing this property for the helipad, and then they'll basically approve the funding to upgrade the helipad to the current standards.
Because currently, we actually own the helipad, because we paid for it to put it in, we hired a crew to put it in, so basically we own the pad. But since Ron knows what's up, we'll bring it up to the board tomorrow night and discuss it and see what they say.
So I have a meeting like at 8:30 on Friday morning with the engineer for the county, who told me to bring this up, so he just called me.
He's the engineer that's heading up FEMA projects.
And he thinks
I've
that
already
this,
talked to him as well, so. I do my due diligence.
okay, good. But he kind of made it sound like it was a pretty urgent situation. And I told him the numbers.
All the FEMA requests have to be in by the end of October. October 31st, I think is the deadline for all the FEMA projects.
I'd say that's pretty urgent.
Well, it was urgent enough where he was wanting to be tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just as a matter of, would y'all take like a 50-year lease or for $1 or something like that so that we could use our 5 to whatever C to upgrade the helipad so that it would be beneficial to you and to us, but if you would give us a lease to fly off of it, off the land or whatever, would you be, because they're going to ask that tomorrow night, to,
I would be considering
to do something like that?
Yes.
If there's not one already, right?
Right.
I don't know if there is one, I
I
haven't notified
really
if we're
don't
on
think
one.
there is, because at the time, the hospital was in such bad shape that, they couldn't afford anything. And so we needed a helipad, because they took our land down there that we were flying off of, and we needed a pad, so we went to them and said, if we build a pad, will you put the lights on it? They said, sounds like a deal, and, so it was just a
It was a joint
handshake deal.
Dirk was involved in that too, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure, Dirk may have been the one that built it or something, I don't know.
No, we built it, Joe Booz and a bunch of us.
Dirk had something to do with the lights, maybe through, I think the foundation probably paid for the lights or whatever.
Yeah, the lights were the hospital's responsibility, and then he may have owned it at that time, but I do know that we paid for, we found out what the state
Right.
required and built it to their specifications, and
Well, that's why I cracked it.
Yeah.
You didn't hear me, did you?
I didn't hear.
Good.
Nothing? Nothing?
Nothing important anyway.
That's why I moved up here, so I could hear it.
I made a comment, that's why all the cracks are in it.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
So for our role in this, I don't think there's any action item that we need to take. It's something that if the requester for the helipad would be.
It'd have to come through us, correct?
Right.
That's per FEMA.
Can y'all think of any projects, other projects other than that? That may qualify for?
As far
Not-
as.
not-
Whenever these projects were done, whenever the projects were done in the prior hurricane, the hospital was actually owned by the foundation, which was a nonprofit. So the real property of the hospital was owned by the nonprofit, remember?
Correct.
And then the hospital leased the property back from the nonprofit. So whenever they applied originally for like a roof and the generator, it was really the hospital foundation that was making the application. Well, that's no longer the case. The hospital foundation no longer owns the hospital. So it's called the public assistance grants, and they're very specific that those funds can't go to a private for-profit. Does that make sense? I know, so thanks for the roof, now let it flood.
And while you were out, they improved your funding.
He was worried.
I can see it on his face.
Nothing else on 4? But I think y'all both would benefit from that venture.
Yes.
I think it would be very, very helpful. That being said, number 5 is to discuss and take action, if necessary, on approving assistance with the Winnie Stowell EMS service to repair their ambulance. We have a list of, I have some questions to ask of the EMS. One is as a nonprofit, are y'all subject to the Opens Meeting Act and the public information?
Yes. Any meeting we have, public can attend, and hope they do. Wade always makes it.
I try.
Well,
Our meetings.
that's Bryce. Meeting.
Do you know when the last time the EMS was audited?
I don't know, but we've got one coming with the new auditor in the county. We do not keep our own books. We hire a bookkeeper to do all of our books. And so anything that, like I said, she writes her checks for us. She, does everything for us. And so anything that they want to know, we just send them to our bookkeeper, and I should say accountant, but she's an accountant. Brenda Wilbur here in town, and she takes care of.
She does my taxes too.
Pardon?
She does my taxes.
Oh, okay. Very nice lady.
So you don't know when the last audit was?
No, I don't, but like I said, we've got one coming up. They're going to, they've got an audit coming for the funds that the county gives us.
So this is an audit of what, last year or?
Well, it'd be however long they want to go back.
Oh, so they,
Yeah, up to date, today they go back whatever amount of years that,
Nobody's requested one before?
no. We've asked them to come audit us so that we'll, show that we actually, because,
You asked the county.
pardon?
You asked the county
Yes.
to come on?
Because if you hire a full audit thing, it's very expensive, and our funding right now is extremely low.
Yeah, you did far there. Y'all don't have a website or anything, do you?
Do they have a website? No. Our minutes are always posted at the courthouse.
Minutes or the
our
agenda?
meetings are, and if anyone wants to request our minutes.
Your agenda is posted, right?
Yeah, our agenda is posted, yes.
one of the things that came up at the last meeting was the hesitation of taking money from the hospital district. Is there still hesitation? And if so, why? There's a I'm sorry, Nolan, could you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Okay.
you. You was asking if we do education?
So, no, at the last board meeting, there was a comment about that the EMS would be hesitant about taking money from the hospital district. And I believe, Ron, you went to Commissioner's Court yesterday to ask the county for money, which I'd love to hear how that went.
When we're in executive sessions, can you talk about it?
Okay. So, do you think that there is still hesitation to request and ask money from the Winnie Stowell Hospital District?
Let me put it this way. Every board member, and I've talked to all of them today, wanted me to convey to you sincere thank you
Oh, great.
for taking care of, every one of them, all four of us, wanted to sincerely say thank you. We really appreciate your help, and we're glad that you're helping us out, and we say thank you.
Thank you very much, Nolan.
Also, on another note, we'd like to thank the hospital for the use of their little vans out here. We use them to rescue people, to take them to the sites where, I can't say the word, anyway, where they're set up to, to take care of things. And we also use them for people that could not get to Houston for dialysis. We made 3 trips for dialysis people. We used our responder and ambulance once, and then responder the next time to escort the vehicle, because you had to have an escort to get down Interstate 10. And we just wanted to make sure the hospital knew we really, really appreciated you loaning us the trucks, and it was a good service for the people in the community that couldn't get to Houston for dialysis. And, that's something no one had thought about in a hurricane or something else, is what about the dialysis patients? They can't get, Beaumont was shut down, and so we had to go into, Ron found a place in Houston, and we trucked them over there and got them treated. And that's something no one had ever thought about was, what about dialysis patients? And sincerely, we say thank you for the use of your vehicle
You're welcome.
during the hurricane. We appreciate that, and the community did too.
How about Ron? Did he do a good job?
Excellent job. We have no complaints about Ron.
I
Ron.
know they worked a lot.
Ron, I'll tell you, what, during the hurricane, when the paging system went down, they called Ron on the phone and he dispatched everything for this end of the county out of the Winnie EMS. And he didn't get any sleep, and so.
His house like
And
flooded.
his house, like everybody else, was out doing it, got
Can't
water
do
in it.
anything without people.
I don't think anybody that was on, that was working out there didn't have a house. Well, Joe Lee's house is the only one. Everybody else that was in working and helping with the people's house was getting water in it.
But he provided pretty good leadership. Huh?
Oh, yes. He, during the hurricane, we couldn't ask for a better person to do it.
Nolan, you mentioned there's 4 board members.
Yes.
Are they the ones that vote?
Yes.
Just those 4?
Just the 4 on,
What do you do in a tie?
we haven't had a tie. Usually, we sit down and discuss what's, what needs to be done, because it's like, do we need a new stretcher? Well, if the stretcher's broke, it's like, oh no, we're not gonna buy a new stretcher because we're gonna weld that one back up. So most of the things that we vote on are just general, it's nothing, an engine blew in our truck and we had to have a new one. It's like, okay, it's almost a 9-year-old chassis and it costs $40,000 to put an engine in one, so why not spend $70,000 and have a brand new truck?
Right.
So, that's the kind of decisions that we make, and usually everybody is so we really don't have a controversial thing going on. If we had more people, we would have more board members.
You bound to have a bylaw. How do you become a board member? How do you become a member, period?
Oh, you just walk in the door and say, I want to be a board member, I want to be a member, and we sign you up. And if you want to become certified, we'll write the check and get you certified.
So I could become a member?
Yeah.
And I could vote?
Yes, you can vote.
So I could come to the meeting tomorrow and be a member and vote?
Well, you gotta make 3 meetings in a row, and then be able to, come in
To be
there.
a voting member.
Yeah, because once you've been to 3 meetings and you're accepted, we have to accept the person because, drug addicts and things
Yeah.
like that, we kind of push them to the side.
But after that, then
Yes,
I could
yeah.
show up
And
whenever?
if you want to, we'll even send you to school to be certified so you can work on the truck.
I'll do that.
Do you have to be certified to be on the board?
No. Now, on the old bylaws, which we're upgrading, you had to be certified to be on the board, but
Which one do y'all
we're
go by?
changing them out.
Yeah, but which one do y'all go by currently? The old bylaws or the new bylaws?
We're in between right now.
There's no in between, you're either going by one or the other. And if you
It's-
haven't voted new ones in, you have to be
It's-
going by the old ones. What do you think?
Let's put it this way. If we have to have everybody certified that's on the board, we close down the Winnie EMS. We don't have people to do it. We've got 3 certifieds that come to the meeting. Well, Steve is the 4th one. And
Who are the 4 certified ones?
we've got 2 certified on the board and 2 not certified.
Who are the 2 that are certified?
Myself and Steve Fitzgerald.
With old bylaws, you
Is that not right, Ron?
What's that, sir?
If you had to be certified to be on the board?
According to the bylaws that we currently have, you have to hold an ECA certification or higher to be a member of the department.
to be a member?
Yes. Board members are not specific in the actual bylaws themselves.
I've read your bylaws and it says you have to have like 2/3 of the qualified.
In order to have a quorum, you have to have 2/3 majority of the active members in order to have a quorum to have a meeting.
How many active members are there, I guess is the question.
County board members, we have 6.
Additional ones, you know?
Okay, we've got Bobby White, Steve Fitzgerald, Joe Booz, myself, Ruth Ann, and her husband, and, well, he's not really a member because he works for us. My wife, and is that it?
That's it.
So that's 6 people? If
Yeah.
4 of the people are on the board?
Yeah, and we're begging anybody, please,
Yeah.
come join our EMS, because we,
I might do it.
it's the thing that makes people is say, do I have to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning to go do a rec and not make it back to bed till 7 the next day? And there's a lot of responsibility to those that, that are members.
Take my hat's off to first responders, period. I have utmost
In
respect.
case you guys want to know, the people that we have working for us are 911 medics, that we don't have any transfer medics. The difference between a 911 medic, it means they work for a organization that runs 911 trucks.
Right.
And they have to be more than 5 years' experience. Most of our people that are on there are old heads. That
Yeah, they're doing that at the
Yes,
ESD now.
We hire paramedics and intermediates. We do have one basic. He's got his intermediate, he's finished his class, but he just hasn't tested yet. We have got the elite of the area.
Right, so besides the 6 volunteers, how many people do y'all have working over there?
I have 17 paid employees.
Those are like medics, right? Are y'all like subject to like a personnel manual or
Yeah, we have policy and procedure manual.
are y'all but y'all aren't volunteers that can vote?
No, because according to the current bylaws, you can't be a paid employee and be a member of the Department of Associate. But that is something that was added in for a possible change for the next set of bylaws in the same thing.
Well, you call 911.
Okay, a 911.
Does it go directly to 911?
Pardon?
Does it go to 911 when you call 911?
The call goes to Anahuac. And
When
then
I call up to report an accident, and the operator asked me, what town? I said, Winnie. So let me transfer.
yeah, now it depends on what cell you're in. If you're in a cell, like a cell tower,
I was right there at the post office.
it depends on what cell tower you hit.
If you hit the cell towers in Jefferson County, or the Jefferson County 911, they have to transfer you to Chambers County 911. So it all depends on which tower your cell phone's connected to.
Or if you hit a tower down on the beach, then they have to transfer it up here. So it just depends on what cell tower you hit.
There's prefix on your phone.
Pardon?
That'd be the prefix on your phone, or your area code, like
No.
651.
No, your phone, all the phones now have a GPS built into them for 911 services. You turn it on or off or whatnot, it doesn't matter. But when you call 911, all that stuff's automatically activated. And so what happens is when you call 911, whatever cell tower your phone's connected to, there might be 5 towers in a 4-block square radius, but 2 of them are in Jefferson County, 3 of them are in Chambers County. So if your phone's connected to the Jefferson County tower, then you're gonna get Jefferson County 911 and have to transfer to Chambers County or vice versa. So it all depends on which, actually, if you're calling for your cell phone, it depends on which actual tower your cell phone's connected to.
GPS.
Right.
Good one.
Did the county give any assistance? Pardon me?
The county voted to approve $39,200 for half the fund.
They picked up half and we were told.
Half funded of the general.
Yes, sir, the county approved half of the fund.
Both of those.
$78,400. Picked up 39,200.
They did a good job.
I'll make a motion to approve doing assistance to the EMS.
Okay, hold on just a second. I got a, I got a letter here that I want to submit to the EMS. It's a formal request for documents pursuant to the Texas Government Code, Chapter 552 and Public Information Act. I was kind of requesting this because you are subject to Open Meetings Act, and but it has a list of items that we'd like to obtain. I want to submit this to all of so they can pass it on. Back to class.
Is there a motion?
Raul started to talk, yes.
Go ahead, Coach.
Would you like to say the motion pending these policies?
No.
How
You
much
make
are
it-
they asking for?
It was a total of
let's see.
71 and change.
It's,
and-
well,
and-
there's
and-
71,000 for the ambulance, and there's $7,200 for the rental of the replacement or the temporary ambulance, which made the total 78,400. Our half would be 39,200.
Oh, okay. And the county
The county's gonna
approved the other.
approve the other half. So we're gonna fund half, which is 39,200.
And that is the engine replacement or the?
No, that's a new
That's all.
chassis. That's a new chassis.
Well, actually, it's not this type of years old.
They need it.
No, the chassis is a 2015 model, but it is brand new. It's got 112 miles on it. The box itself this is the second time or third time it's been remounted, Mr. Nolan?
Pardon, I'm sorry.
Is this the second or the third time this box has been remounted?
This box is the first time it's going to be
First time,
remounted.
so the first time you remounted. So the box, the entire chassis was bought in 2010, the box and all. And then basically the box is good for 40 years. So you buy the new chassis, they put the box on the new chassis. So it'll be like a brand new engine basically.
Yeah, but not just transferring the box, they're upgrading it, right?
Right, it's basically you're putting a brand new chassis on it, and we're getting the floor redone in the truck, and basically buffing all the paint out, and it basically comes back as a brand new truck. The only thing that's not replaced is we're not rearranging any of the cabinets or the seating or anything in the back. We're just basically putting a new floor in it, redoing all the electrical and all that stuff, and it basically comes back like a brand new truck.
And they put our air horns on it, radios that we mount, go into the new chassis, all the things that
All
we
the
transfer
lights,
one
signs,
chassis
and
to
all
the
that
next
stuff.
one. But as far as the box, other than rebuffing out some scuffs and refinishing the floor, the box is in excellent shape. Like I said, this company had the best guarantee of anybody in the business, and if there's a problem ever within the 40 years, they fix it for free. So we'll never
It
have
comes
to
with
buy
a-
another
comes
box unless we wreck it.
Yeah, it comes with a lifetime warranty for the box itself, so.
Most lifetime guarantees are 7 years, and
This one's for the
They're
life of the
Theirs
box.
is a lot longer, because
with ours, they specify that.
And
So
it transfers over even when you change chassis out, so it's not like it's just for that one specific purchase. So like the warranty transfers over to the new chassis as well.
it stays with the box.
Will they usually fit the new chassis though?
Yeah, basically what they do is, Because we're using the same chassis, we're going from a 2010 Chevy 4500 van chassis to a 2015 Chevy 4500 van chassis. And if you change the chassis, basically they change the bolt assemblies on the bottom of the box and restructure the box to fit whatever chassis you're putting on it. So it's not
One of the things, because the new truck will use DEF, the DEF box has to be installed on the box so that it can
right.
feed the new standards.
We don't require any invoice or backup or?
We have it.
Oh, okay.
Y'all have it from the last meeting.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing it.
But I don't know if did you make a motion?
Yes.
Oh, motion made by Rollo to approve the funding of the EMS ambulance.
Second.
Second by Sharon. All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it.
I make a motion to adjourn?
Motion made by Anthony to adjourn, second by Raul, all in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it. Tony slipped back in.
That was big man.
We got it for that building, and that's the only building that flooded.
Who was that?
Oh, really?
That's, thank you.
No, that's Brian Schumacher.
Yeah, that's good living.
Yeah, because every other insurance company turned me down.
Hey,
All the damage I had, it didn't meet the,
how many meetings have I been to? How many EMS meetings have I been to?
All the ones that I started.
Does that qualify me? Am I a member?
Gotta pay your
You
money.
have to put it on the
a big
agenda.
building that goes down from the office has $115,000
But it also
worth of
says in
damage.
there too that you have to live.
My deductor's
Well,
$130.
I told you, I'm pretty sure it says you have to live in the leasehold area.
That's why I don't like it.
Oh,
You know?
damn, that's me.
It's a scam, it really is.
So you're excluded,
I'm excluded? Damn.
because you don't live here, you live in Huntsville.
Technically, you're correct.
The county's always gonna be here for us.
Yes.
They've always put those there.
I'm ready.
There's like.
I read my ready. That's the main secretary.
Am I ready?
Yeah, she's gonna be gone. She's gonna be working, you gotta take care of 16 kids.
Jerry was telling me last night.
Oh, yeah.
Let me go get it.
Rice box, not rice box. Yeah.
I'll be right back.
When they do it, again?
No, they didn't ready for the show.
I think they start like next week. Maybe they might, well, they might start next week. Yeah, I think they start like after church Sunday.
All these questions you're asking me, do you
Because
answer that?
it's a process, it's an assembly.
They don't have meetings, so. Well, I'm talking about the hospital. The hospital.
Most of here, do you get?
No, thank you.
I hope so. You're all right.
Thank you, appreciate it, bud.
Good to see you.
Baron, appreciate it.
So you just give them
Great to
money,
see you.
and they don't shut their hands on check?
Be safe.
So I had to give $400 total, so I was able to give away $500.
Yeah, giving them money.
So much a month.
Appreciate it.
Great job, man. Good to see you, babe.
Good to see you. Well, not seven.
Not anything on the next one. The only thing I'm not gonna
Okay, I see. When you give them a check, do you,
Give them a check.
what do you do?
We submit an IGT.
Right, right. When you
That's for them about
submit,
15 work program.
when you
They
submit,
give the money back. We don't.
So there's nothing on the agenda, I mean, I need to go.
okay,
Oh, yeah.
when you submit an
But I don't wanna
IGT,
miss anything since I'm
you
here.
know where every
I
penny
mean, y'all just
goes.
wrote a letter for me, right?
They need to wait.
You do not have to.
You're not allowed to ask. It's not, and I've answered those questions for you and Gloria like 3 or 4 times, where I've explained to you where in the administrative code it says that you can't make those payments for IGTs conditional.
Well, I'm not talking about conditional, but when you give somebody
That's the whole,
$50,000, it doesn't
that's the whole
bother
thing,
you.
is they're getting reimbursed, April.
Well, I don't care, but I just think it would be nice to know.
You can't do it, I mean, you can't make the payment of the
Well, if you
IGT
don't give
money.
them the money, they'll pay
Go to
you.
the legislature and complain to them,
I
because they're the ones
do,
making
trust
laws.
me, I do.
Well,
But what I'm
That's it.
saying,
We're
Is
bound by law. You can't do it.
if you don't give them an IGT payment without them telling you where the money's going, then I'm probably bet they would tell you where the money's going. And that's
So,
just good
you know,
business.
what's the purpose of uncompensated care program?
Thank you, Lord.
Well, if you really wanna get
Don't have it
into
often, I
it, the
promise.
money that you're taking
Every other insurance company.
for nursing homes that are
No,
not
no,
even
no,
in,
no.
listen,
What is the purpose of
that money
uncompensated
should
care?
go to those people in those nursing homes.
We're not talking about that.
They get there, they get it.
You could, never mind, you guys know, it's just a scam, you just,
The state knows what we do and they approve.
whatever. I just think that the money you're getting for nursing homes that are not in this county, and you could be upgrading those places. You wouldn't put your mother in a place like that if you thought the money was coming here to a town you never even know where it is.
Yeah, but they do. They get their share of the money.
Well, I'll tell you something else, y'all better get your stuff together because,
Can you please
When
stop
you-
recording so we can?
oh, I'm gonna record. I have the legal right to record. But what I'm telling you is that when you do business in more than 3 to 5 counties, you need to advertise in those counties, and I don't think y'all been doing it. I don't think you've been telling the Secretary of State. And are y'all advertising in the counties where the nursing homes are located? Are you turning your minutes or your agendas in for open meetings to the Secretary of State? Then you're illegal. I just don't have the money to take you to court. You too, be careful going home.
Take care.
Hi.
See you.
If they're gonna give you an IGT or whatever, transgovernmental payment, if they ask you to tell them where that money goes, would you tell them?
That's something you have to speak to Chris about. Just send him an email and see what he has to say.
Okay. Well, I know they can't make you tell them, but would you have a problem telling them?
You would have to speak to Chris Porter about that.
Chris Porter?
Yes, ma'am.
Is he the same attorney representing that scandal in Beaumont, that other, was it hospice or something? Isn't he their attorney?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Thank you for your time. You might ought to follow me home. I said.
I'm going that way.
Thank you for a good job. All this stuff that taxpayers' money is buying, all those people in those nursing homes, this is what's getting bought with their money. I bet their loved ones don't know it. Now we're going to get maybe a new helicopter. Got 2 helicopter pads. Now we just might get a new one. Hot damn, we know how to spend that government money, all that free government money. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this one. Bye. It's Hazel Moe, signing off.